Hi, this is an explanation for week 6. Week 6 topic is what is social studies contribution to global education? This week you're going to read chapter 6 to start off with. You're going to respond to a discussion guide for a lesson called International Day with a small group. You're going to independently locate a global lesson, and you're also going to create our community map and the connections to nations that interact with your community. So let's click on week 6 folder. Inside week 6, you will see a reminder for you to read chapter 6 first. There will be a folder for activities and a folder for assignments. The activities folder this week says that in your group global wiki, so in your small group, you're going to respond collaboratively to the questions from the discussion guide for International Day. Please use one page for all that you will respond to in regards to these questions. Then your independent activity is to locate a global lesson on the internet. You're going to use table 6.1, page 179 from our textbook to evaluate your lesson. I want you to modify this lesson you located in ways you believe will add substance to the content of the lesson. Maybe it's a very broad lesson you want to focus it. You can then take away some of the information that's in that lesson to have a better focus. So either way, you might need to substantiate the lesson or you might need to narrow it, depending on what your objective is for the students in that lesson. You do not need to write a lesson plan. Please understand that. I'm not asking for a lesson plan template and a lesson. You can use the lesson. You're just going to write about how you would either substantiate the lesson and add more material or reduce the amount of content depending on what your focus is for the lesson. I want you to post that link in the Global Education Wiki, and you're going to comment on 2 of your peers' postings. Remember that that's part of the points you receive this week when you comment on 2 of your peers' postings for this activity, and for the next activity you'll also comment on 2 of your peers' postings. And the third activity is to build our community map. That's the community in which you live in. And a map can either be found on the internet or you can scan it electronically. I'd like you to be able to find an app or some technology that you could draw lines to the nations on your map that your community is linked through interactions of people, organizations, religion, projects, industries, exports, imports from these to and from these countries. Use your creative abilities and map skills to complete this activity. Have fun. It's more about the creation than the amount of ways we interact. I do expect some ways that you interact, but I'd really like to see your technology skills here in regards to creating your map. You can always add more ways that there's an interaction between nations and your community afterwards. You're going to post this map also in your Global Education Wiki, and you're going to comment on 2 of your peers' postings, like I said earlier. Let's click on that folder so you can see what's inside it. Here's your discussion guide for International Day. Here's the Group Global Wiki, which is the vehicle you're going to use to post the information and your responses from the discussion guide. And this is the wiki you're going to add your lesson plan, the lesson plan you found on the internet, and then add your part in regards to modifying the lesson plan to either have more substance or a more focused lesson plan, at least in your perspective, your mind. I'm going to go back to week 6 because there is another folder. Just to remind you, there are some assignments coming up. Week 7, the Twin Text Experience assignment is due. Here's the description, and inside is more information in this folder as in regards to the integrated lesson plan, which is due week 9. If I click on this folder, you will see another folder for the Twin Text assignment and one for the integrated lesson plan. If you go there, you'll find specific information. You will also find specific information, the same information, here in the Twin Text assignment and the integrated lesson plan, as I linked these folders to these pages. And that's week 6 at a glance. I'm hoping that you are successful in completing this week, and I will see you online.